say that I had anxiety as far as I can remember. So that's definitely been a long time with me being 36. But you know, you kind of learn how to adjust your life around it. Hello, my name is Schanta, and I'm recording this video because I think that it's important for people to hear my story and know how anxiety impacts your life and how important it is to know as much as you can about it. I know that there's a lot of people out there who also struggle with anxiety, and I just want them to know that they're not alone. Basically, my anxiety started when I was a kid. I remember growing up, I would do things like worry a lot. My mom used to always say, I don't really know why you worry so much. Your father didn't worry a lot, and I don't worry a lot, so I really know why you worry so much. So I used to be worried about things like, is someone going to break in the house? Or is someone going to get sick? I used to be very, in the morning for school, I used to suffer from really bad stomach aches. This would be like a daily thing for like a while, where I would like throw up every morning. And you know, growing up, my mom didn't know exactly what anxiety was. I think then it wasn't such a focus, and people weren't so educated. So it would just more be that my stomach was hurting because maybe I ate something bad, or not really having a reason for it. I remember one time my mom thinking that maybe my teacher was too hard on me, or I felt like she was mean. But actually that wasn't it at all. I didn't know, we didn't have a name for it or a reason to know, or for me to know exactly what it was. You know, in your head, when you think about like a diagnosis for anxiety, you know, I think about like a doctor coming in, and like kind of like if you had some type of a medical disorder, and that's not how it was. I feel like it's never, the words have never said you've been diagnosed with anxiety. Doctors will say it, or even people will say it, like you're anxious, or I know you have anxiety around these issues. It's never been, oh, you're diagnosed with anxiety. I don't know if it's me being inside of the mental health field that I just know that that's what it is based on just what I know. But yeah, it's never been like a formal diagnosis, or maybe that is the formal diagnosis. I'm not sure. Another thing with the anxiety is panic attacks, and that is like super scary. You basically feel like you're dying, like your body has the same fight or flight, as if something is wrong, but you're not in any type of danger, but your body feels like you're in danger. I typically got it or have them when I'm sleeping. So I'll be asleep and I'll jump out of my sleep having a panic attack. So that's difficult already because you're half delirious because you were sleeping, and then on top of that you can't breathe, you have your heart is palpitating. I even have it where my vision is blurry. Like I can't, it's like kind of cloudy in vision, but usually thankfully they don't last long. I always find, again, time to like breathe and talk to myself, and I pace until I calm myself down. There was one time, excuse me, when I was having them for like every day for like a month. It comes in cycles. Even your anxiety comes in cycles. It's not something that's consistent. I can have times where I am completely fine, don't think any type of negative thoughts, And then there'll be times when I'm like, every single day is something. This could be me being in my room watching TV. Nothing's going on, but things will come into my mind to be worried about. I also have issues or thoughts around anxiety, like around medical. So if something is wrong, my first thing is to think something huge. It could be recently my leg hurting. My leg was hurting, and it was hurting for like a week, and I had in my head, oh, you have a blood clot. I just knew I had a blood clot. And thankfully everything was okay, but it's just, some people would have just said, oh, your leg just hurts, but to me it was like serious. It kind of varies, there's times when I don't manage it well. Most times it's just a lot of positive self-talk. So if there's a situation where I feel like I'm becoming anxious, or I'm having a thought that may seem a little, I want to say unrealistic, but that would kind of be taking away from it being real. But whenever I'm having thoughts, I'll just tell myself to calm down. I'll take deep breaths. That's usually what it is, like just talking to myself. In the past, I have been in therapy, so that also helps. And that's actually something that I'm working on now, is to go back to therapy. So I'm in the process of that now. I guess what I would tell people that are suffering from anxiety is to know that, you're not by yourself, that it may be easy to like isolate, but that's definitely something that's not healthy. Make sure that you talk about it to people, like if you're having thoughts, and just find someone who's a safe place. And if you don't have someone who you feel that you can talk to, definitely, even if you do, I think that it's important for you to seek counseling. That's definitely a healthy way to kind of talk it through and learn different skills to cope. Don't be so hard on yourself. Know that just take it one day at a time. Every day won't look the same, and yeah, that's my advice. It makes me isolate more, because it's like, what's the use of having a conversation with someone when you're gonna hear things like, Schanta, here you go again, like, there's nothing wrong, like, and I even make it a joke sometimes, just to kind of, I guess that's the norm now, is to make it a joke, but it's not something that is funny. This stuff is real to the person. It might take people a little bit longer, if they have anxiety, for myself at least, to go places or to want to socialize. Even the fear of socializing. Before I go somewhere, I'm nervous to go. But just, being more understanding. Thank you for listening, and I hope that, hearing my story or hearing a little bit about what goes on with me will help to touch other people who may be going through it, or people who are in some type of relation with someone who has it, just again to just be more understanding, and just to let someone know that they're not alone. Thank you.